Hello and welcome to PMC English. I'm Idris, and today with us on this Zoom session is Sharoo Sahni, and she's from Delhi. She has a long history when it comes to spirituality. She began her journey long back, I believe 2011, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yes.
And you have written a book recently. We'll talk about that too. But before we go in details of that book, we would really love to know a bit more about you, about your spiritual journey, about you as a person too, and also how you got connected with PSSM and Patriji. So a very warm welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shukriya. Thank you so much for bringing me here on this platform. I am so glad and thankful and gratitude to Pradeep ji and Kavita ji and to you, Idris, for hosting me here. So one by one, questions. Okay, so about me. So I'm a meditator, obviously. I've been meditating for about 11 years now.
Right.
And it is from 2011 I started meditating. So I am an angel emissary, a therapist as well.
Right.
Then I am a past life regressionist. I read the karma board. I read the Akashic, and I am a pranic healer. I am also a numerologist. So all these things are taken care of by me. But yes, angels being my favorite. So I spend, I think, most of the time, 24/7, I'm connected with them.
Right.
And whatever I have achieved, it's all through meditation.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really amazing. It's really interesting to know that meditation can do such wonders. We can see life and beyond life, isn't it? That's really amazing. So I think maybe we can start with meditation. What's your point of view of meditation?
For me, I think, people feel, and even I used to feel when I started coming into meditation, there was one question that always used to lurk in my mind that, when Patriji used to tell me that do meditation and you will get the solutions. Because what happens is usually when we go to the guru, we always expect a solution from him, and he used to say, meditate, dhyan karo. Meditate karo. And at that time, I never used to understand that sir only says meditate. How will meditation help anybody in their traumas, in their problems? And then slowly and gradually, when I started connecting more with Patriji, with his discourses and his principles and angels, of course, then I got to know that, okay, meditation is not just doing dhyan at one place. It is to transform yourself.
Right.
To see the negatives also about yourself and then transforming those negatives into positives. And that's how we move forward through the meditation. So
Right.
I learned that.
That's really amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I would love to know, how did you meet Patriji for the first time?
Okay, so it was just, you can say, a random meeting. So it was in, again, 2012. I met with Patriji. And it was during the time in Pyramid Valley International when the GCSS used to be organized by Pyramid Valley.
Right.
So I was there. So I, for the first time, met with him.
Mm-hmm.
And, the first thing I asked him was, sir, what do you want me to do? He said, go to the king's chamber and meditate. And don't get up for another 2 hours.
Right. So,
and then you will see how your life is going to transform. So that was the first message. And I just thought that, it was just a meeting of, I think, 15 minutes.
Right.
But in that 15 minutes, I think I got everything, I got everything from him. So that's what I can say.
Right. So as you said, your spiritual journey started in 2011, but you met Patriji in 2012, right?
Yeah, properly. Otherwise, in Delhi also, he used to come to different cities like Orissa. He used to go to Kolkata, Mandarmani. Then there's so many other different cities. I used to meet him. I used to see him. I used to admire him. I used to listen to him. But formal meeting happened during Pyramid Valley. Yeah.
All right. So when you started meditation, you were associated or connected with PSSM, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
Prior to that, you haven't ever meditated, right?
No, I was not a meditator. I was a hardcore non-vegetarian because I belong to a Kashmiri family. Yes. And I used to eat non-veg. a lot. I used to have it. And but slowly and gradually, yes, when the meditation came into my life, the first day, first moment, the first thing that I said was no to non-vegetarian thing, because that kind of compassion I started feeling for the animals, because there was a different perspective that was being given to me, which I was not aware of through the meditation and through the principles of Patriji.
Amazing. So it's really interesting to know that you have a Kashmiri origin. That is such a lovely, beautiful place. We can say heaven on earth, right?
Yes.
And do you still have family over there?
No, my dad's brother, he used to stay in Kashmir, but now because of so many happenings there, now he shifted to Jammu. So he's still there in Jammu, not in Kashmir.
All right. Do you ever visit?
Not exactly, not to Kashmir, but I definitely would want to. But I used to do that before the terrorism and everything happened there. But I used to visit every year with my dad, my mom, or my grandparents. I used to go there and used to spend time with my great-granddaddy.
Yeah. Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Really amazing. And since you have Kashmiri origin, and mostly what we have heard that non-veg is in trend over there, and from any religion, be it Hindu or be it a Muslim, be it any other religion, they consume a lot of non-vegetarian food. And you have grown up in such environment and you shifted to non-violence, right? How was your feeling when you stopped eating non-veg and you started vegetarian food? How was your experience?
At that time, I did not know whether whatever decision that I'm taking is right or not, but there was a feeling inside of me that, Sharoo, you have to stop eating this. I discussed it with my family as well. And at that time, I had a small son, and my husband was there. He was also a hardcore non-vegetarian, but we never used to cook at home. We always used to consume it outside, never at home. So I just told him that, see, this is the step that I'm going to take. So will you be interested? I just gave him an option and he readily agreed. He said, yes, why not? I will also do the same. And then he also came into this decision with me, and both of us started. And even my child, who used to have eggs, he used to really feel that he has to have, but then he also said, no, mama, it's okay, I can also do that. So today my family, my husband and my two sons, they are absolutely vegetarians completely. So at that time the feeling was good, but there was certain skepticism involved that whether I'll be able to push it off or not. Then the angels I had already connected with, so I didn't feel any problem or trouble that way.
Right. So moving ahead, that's really amazing to know that, such a great transformation from being a non-vegetarian to being a vegetarian, and your family has also embraced vegetarianism. That's really amazing. That is what we believe in. That's what Patriji believes in. And that's really what every human should embrace, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yes.
And now, I have heard a bit about your spiritual platform, that is Aloha, right?
And that is the Spiritual Aloha, yes.
Right. What is it all about? And I want to know a bit more about it, and also our viewers will be interested in it.
Okay, so it's a very interesting topic for me, because Spiritual Aloha, this name was given to me by my son, the younger son. Mm-hmm. And he said that, why not, hello from heaven, when you're talking to the people, because whatever message that you receive, it is from the angels, and whatever messages you're giving to the people, it's coming from the angels and being given to the people. So when I started this platform, main intention was to share the knowledge with people, whatever wisdom I'm gathering, because if you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom, if you're not sharing it with people, it's just like a constipation, where, you start having aches in the stomach. So it's like, you should always share what you have. So this is what I started, that no, I have to share whatever I'm getting. I can't just keep it to myself. So slowly and gradually, I started taking the spiritual topics, one topic each, and I started talking about them in few sentences. So that spiritual platform is for the spiritual minded people, where they get motivated, uplifted, and enlightened through the words that I channel from the angels. So that is what that platform is all about.
Right. So you put all the spiritual content on this platform, right?
Yes.
And it's your original content, whatever messages you get or whatever thoughts you get, that you put in this platform. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely. Because recently, whatever channel messages I receive, I just keep it and put it and write it on a piece of paper. Then I formulate a particular content, something, wherever, and then I put it on Insta. So this is something which is original, absolutely. And these are my thoughts that are induced by the angels.
Right. So your encounter with the angelic realm, what is it all about? How does it happen?
So it's a long journey with the angels, and trust me, Idris, it has never been an easy task with angels, because people think that it's very easy to connect with them and be with them and ask for the help. Yes, asking the help is always there. They always listen to your request.
Right.
But then because I had decided to work with them, so it was not a very easy task, because at that time when I started connecting, at that time the angel word was not in existence at all. Nobody knew anything about angels. I did not know anything about angels. So I had to start from the scratch. So what is this word about? What are these light beings? So coming from skepticism to believing in myself is what I learned through angels, because it was never a journey which was very easy, because every now and then, after every second, I was being tested by the angels, that whether I trust myself or not, whether I believe in myself or not. So the angelic journey has been beautiful, very transformative. They are the catalyst as far as my life is concerned.
Right.
But it is not an easy task, trust me. As people say it is easy, it is not an easy task.
I completely understand now. My point is, how do you contact them? How do you connect with them? How do you communicate, and what all communication can happen? And also, if there's any particular time to communicate with them?
No, there is no particular time, because I connect with them 24/7. So
All
if I have to talk to them right now, if they're listening, they're listening. If I have to channel a message here, right here,
Right.
so I will channel that message. So there is no particular timing for them. But yes, I meditate a lot because I have to be in that frequency and vibration to be connected with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
we have to raise our frequency to match their frequency. Then we can channelize the communication, and we can start and initiate the communication.
Absolutely.
So what kind of communication happens? Is it related to life or life after death, or what is it like?
Everything, because they have taught me everything. Archangel Raziel is the one who has been expanding my spiritual understanding and consciousness for a very long time now. And it was through angels only that I started also seeing the afterlife and afterworld and what happens there. So it's a communication the way I'm talking to you. So it's the same communication that happens. The only difference is that they do not speak, they put the thoughts, it's telepathic. Mostly it's telepathic.
Right.
So, but when they have to speak, I know, I can distinguish their voice to some other voice. And in fact, if I am working with right now 5 archangels, so I know this archangel's voice sounds like this archangel's voice sounds like this.
Right.
So,
right. Right. So is there any face-to-face communication, or is just the vocal communication?
Yes. I see them. I completely see them. And sometimes if I don't want to see them, or they don't want to see me, it's just through the thoughts, the feelings, that way. So they start communicating through the signs, different signs, and different ways they have, as far as communication is concerned. There was a time when I used to see the signs in the clouds as well. They used to form a shape or something, or I used to get the answers through the clouds as well. Wow. So everything that is related to nature, they will always give very potent signs. If you are there in the nature and you are asking something, you will get the sign there and then.
Right. That's really interesting and amazing. This kind of communication, this kind of activity, it's really amazing beyond our understanding, but it is there. We have to accept it. Right. And now moving ahead, I would really love to know, and it's very interesting to know about this Akashic records.
Mm-hmm.
Is it, and how does it help us? How does it help us to improve or transform our lives?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it was on 10th of September 2019 when I actually started communicating with Angel Hastro. He was the one who took me there to Alaya Consciousness. And there I met Patriji and his energies. And that is how I started connecting with the Akashic records. So they just showed me the book and how the book is and what am I supposed to do with the book. So right now what I do is, if I have to see the Akashic, because it is not that every time you're allowed to go and check the Akashic. You can't just go there and see. Unless and until it is required, they will not allow you there.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, so it is always with the connection of angels, with the permission of angels, that I go see if it is required, if it is urgent. For example, you can say 1 month back, there was a person who was inquiring because their 25 or 26 years old son-in-law had expired. So he had left the body and she wanted to know that why it happened. And because the girl was really in shambles and she was crying all the time. She has a 6 months old baby and she just didn't know what to do. So at that time, I had to get back to the Akashic. I had to take the permission to talk to that soul who was there, just to get the message, so that the wife over there, who was 25 years old, who's wailing with the child, should at least get a little bit of consolation, a little bit of comfort, I must say. So it is only with these things that angels allow me. So Akashic records, basically, you go to see the present, the past, and the future. But I always tell people to be in the present rather than going into the past or getting into the future. So it's better that we should work on the present rather than getting into the past, unless it is required, unless there is a chronic disease or an accident or a very, very bad problem or a challenge that a person cannot come out of it.
Right. So you can assist if required. If the person requires such kind of assistance, you can assist in that, right?
Yes.
That's really amazing. And what are the benefits or maybe drawbacks of this kind of activity?
Drawback is basically, as human beings, normal human beings, what happens is we get stuck with our past. We go to our past without an awareness. But what happens is, if we are going there with an awareness that it was just a past and it was giving us some sort of a lesson, then probably I think it's going to not be a bad deal. But we get stuck with the past, that this happened with us. We want to be there with that past. We don't want to come out of that past. That is what the drawback is, because people get stuck there. They don't want to heal there, but they get stuck. Not that they don't want to heal, because they don't know how to heal themselves. They will get stuck in that moment.
Right.
That is what the issue is. And again, about the future, there is always a curiosity that, okay, what will happen? What will happen? They will get stuck either in the past or the future. They will not consider what the present is. And when we talk about Akashic, these are dynamic records. They keep changing. They keep updating their own selves, depending upon what sort of thoughts that you have, what sort of actions or deeds are you doing. So we have the power to actually change this Akashic, and everybody has a power to access these Akashic records.
All right. So you mean to say everybody can access it, right?
Yes. I'm not a special person, that I'm the only person, a privileged one who can do that. You can do, anybody can do. But the only thing is that, yes, meditation, being in that frequency 24/7, and then having an understanding of what the Akashic is trying to tell you. That is very important. You can't get stuck.
I understand, completely understand. So that means we only need to start with meditation, and with meditation, we'll reach that frequency, then we can access it.
Absolutely.
Requirement. Right.
Absolutely.
And you also suggest that we should focus on present instead of, thinking about past or thinking about future, because it's better to be in present for a lot of reasons. And also only we should access it that time when it is really required. Right?
Absolutely. Because even Patriji did not show me the path of this Akashic record when I started meditating. It was not in 2011 I started accessing. I accessed it in 2019. So you can see the time gap, that timeline in which he told me to work on myself. Yeah. So I worked hard on myself, on my inner self, my own transformation. And that is how I started actually accessing the records later on, when he felt that, okay, this is the moment for her to connect.
All right. That's really interesting. And to somebody who knows nothing about Akashic records, how do you explain it in simple words?
I will just say that, there is always a book that is there which you can write. in that book, your own story. You are the hero or you're the heroine of that story. And you have the pen with you. You can rub those words. You can again rewrite that story, or maybe on a software, you can still write that. So that book is available there. So if you want to really work on it, then I think you have to, keep rewriting your story, keep understanding yourself. And this only comes when you are doing everything with awareness in this present moment, not in the past, not in the future.
So this is more related to our thoughts, more related to our actions that we do, and maybe our karma too, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.